Hello everybody, WaVeS here, back again for another Banner Saga Factions unofficial spring tournament. This time we're in the semifinals? Semifinals, there's 4 of us left. Actually, one of the quarterfinal matches, I think, still has to be concluded. But yeah, if we win here, then we're going to the finals. If we lose here, then I believe we're knocked out. So yeah, it's do or die here. Not exactly sure if we're going to get started right away, but I just figured I'd take some time to go through my roster. I know the last video I filmed, I got greedy at the last second and wanted to throw on some background music, the Banner Saga Factions sound and music, but I didn't test it beforehand, so apologies that you probably weren't able to hear anything I was saying in the last video, but I think we've fixed the issue here. And if I make it to the finals, then I might try to put some music behind and actually test it out to make sure it's okay. But for now, we're just going no music, just my voice. So I decided to go with the same roster just because I figured if I lose with a different one, I'll be kicking myself for not trying out the same roster. So we've decided to play a power level 7 match. And so yeah, I've got my Sky Striker. For now I'm going to keep her at the lower 7 armor to get a lot of willpower. And that's because I'm liking the flexibility of having enough willpower to do a big 3 exertion break, or to just sit back and use Rain of Arrows to block up the battlefield and have a little bit of willpower going into the end of the game. So my Provoker, I made a small change. I dropped him 1 armor to give him 1 extra exertion. So Provokers on level 1, they can only provoke someone immediately adjacent to them. So I figured the one extra exertion might be worth more than just 1 armor. It's tough though. It's going to be a tough call to use that for a movement though, because I only have 3 willpower, so it'll be like 1 shot and then this guy's not too useful other than just blocking up the battlefield. If I can kill some of the opponent, get some willpower in the horn, then I can maybe use it. My Siege Archer, pretty much standard. So one thing I want to consider for this game is being a bit more careful with how I use her willpower, because like as we just stated, I need a lot of willpower for my Provoker late in the game. So I don't want her to get down to 0 willpower and then get maimed, and then she's only doing 2 armor break around. And then I have my Backbiter. I was able to, yeah, I'm just building him out the same way. He has 1 less willpower than at power level 12 though, so gonna have to keep that in consideration. Same thing with the Thrasher, less willpower. And for the level 2, I decided to put my War Master up to level 2, just so that, I don't know, just so that he remains a threat. Like, if I were facing this army, I'd want to take out the Sky Striker if possible. I'd want to get the Provoker's armor down quick, and I'd want to try to maim my Backbiter. So I wanted to make someone level 2 who's not one of those threats, just in case. So didn't see much value in putting her up to level 2, although her level 2 special ability is quite good. So, you know, on second thought, she might be a good level 2, but the way I play her is typically right out in the front to get the brakes off, to get the fire down. So it's a possibility that if I put her up to level 2, then my opponent would just come in with a warrior and just take her out in 1 shot. My Thrasher, I mean, I could have brought him up to level 2 and got 1 more willpower, but I typically only do the level 1 Bloody Flail special attack anyway. So yeah, that's why I chose to bump my War Master Goliath up to rank 2. And so I have them built out the same as in the last game because it worked out really, really well for me. And that's that. I guess I'll go through my roster again just because in the last video my voice was really low in relation to the sound, so probably most people didn't actually listen. If they watched it, they probably just turned the sound off. So yeah, like I started playing this game a long time ago. I did some ranked. I think I started sort of not at the height of the Banner Saga factions, but as it was in its decline. But at that time, there were still so many people playing, and so it was quite easy to get matches just by logging on, and just like there was always at least a few people on to take matches at any given time, and it was just a lot of fun. It still is a lot of fun. But it would be cool to get the numbers back up to at least partially what it was in its heyday, and that would be perfect. What did I want to do? So yeah, I did play some ranked back in the day. Oh. Okay, so DrJunky, that's the guy who I'm playing. He's on his way, so we should get started soon. So I think I played 69 ranked matches, and I got up. I thought it was pretty good. The rating 1319, but yeah, nowhere close to the top of the ladder for sure. And I actually had a 13-game win streak apparently at one time. But then you can see my current win streak in ranked is -4. So pretty sure what happened is I just lost 4 games and then decided, oh no, I'm never going to make it to the top of the ladder. So I just quit, which is a really poor attitude to have. The funny thing is that I find is the more wins you get in a row, then the more you have to lose. So then the less you play, which again is a really poor mindset to have. And my current mindset is just I play, and whether I win or lose, you know, sometimes losses are even a lot more fun, especially close ones. But even complete blowouts where you get destroyed, it's really cool and interesting to see that there's completely different ways that other people even approach the game. And that's one of the things that I love about this game, in that it's 1v1, so when you lose, you don't have anyone yelling at you for not doing the right thing, right? You can try whatever creative strategies you want and just play, and it's a lot of fun. So this is awesome. I'm so excited. I don't think I've played DrJunky before. I could be wrong, but I am not sure what his playstyle is or anything like that. But we're just going to try to have a really fun battle. We're obviously going to try to win, but yeah, I hope it's a really close, bloody battle. Really interesting decisions to be made. There's always interesting decisions to be made in this game. It's with every step, it's a new decision, and trying to plan a couple moves ahead as well. All right, got my tea here. So yeah, this is my barracks. So I still have, I think I expanded it a couple times. You can spend renown to expand it, and I think I went overboard on that because I don't know if I'm gonna fill up all these slots. But my goal is to get like a level 1, 2, and level 3 of each of the classes. But that'll take a long time because, so one thing is, I didn't realize it until recently, but the level 3 guys, they take I think 150 renown to promote from level 2 to level 3. So it's a bit of a trap for newer players. I'd just avoid going up to level 3 with your guys until you're satisfied with your level 1s and 2s. but I almost have enough for a level 18, power level 18 team. So I have 4 level 3s. War Leader, Thrasher, one of my Siege Archers. Who else? Oh, my Bowmaster. So this is the Bowmaster with the most kills. Typically, whenever I play her, I just try to protect her at all costs. And Bowmasters are such a powerhouse in the late game because they can get so far away. And what's their special ability called? Bird of Prey. Yeah. And use Bird of Prey to be able to stand still and get the puncture shot off. I found in my first game against Eagle Eye, I think I brought a Bowmaster, but at level 1, they don't have a lot of willpower because it's nice. They do have the 2 break, unlike the Sky Striker. So it's nice to use them to break armor when you can, if you can do it safely. But then they run out of willpower for the end of the game, unless you lower their armor, which puts them really vulnerable. So one of the things I really have to watch out for is that because my Sky Striker only has 7 armor, any of DrJunky's archers could just come up and shoot over the armor. So if they're 8, then 8 strength, and that's 1 damage, plus they could put up to 3 willpower in it, so they could do up to 4 damage to my Sky Striker just for walking up and shooting. Which would be bad. I want to keep my Sky Striker as a late game because of the puncture that the archers get from their passive. So yeah, I have people that I've made. Let's see, some of the names. Oddleaf, like from the Banner Saga. Unfortunately, I didn't make her a Sky Striker. I have some Dota references from back when I played Dota. Trax, as Traxx, I think she's a drow, the Frost Archer chick. I have Ashe from League of Legends, Rikamaru from Dota, Talon from League of Legends. And then I started to make, I don't know if anyone's familiar with the board game Heroescape, but I started to make some of my crew named after that. So Eldgrim, Finn, and Thorgrim. I have all 3 of the Viking champions now, and from Heroescape. And then I recently picked up a level 1 strong arm, named him Shurak, who's one of the giants from Heroescape that was added near the end of that game's life, who had a knockback similar to the strong arms. So in the future, I definitely want to try some sort of really annoying composition like 3 Raid Masters and then Shurak. I just need 2 more fighters to be named after Heroescape characters. Alright, so we're just waiting on DrJunky here. The other thing that I've been really... no. I don't know if these are still... No, it doesn't look like you can still buy these. Because Stoic Mom was... I guess she had the Eternal Boost, which would have been so nice if I bought that right when I started playing. I mean, for the amount of entertainment and fun that I've got out of this game, I think it would have been worth it at that point, but I don't think you can do that anymore. Well, I don't know, maybe you can. Visit online store now. I'll have to check that out later. And I think you could get some colors and stuff for your guys too, which... If I win this tournament, maybe I'll do that. If I still can, I don't know. It looks weird here. Just make this team all one color. That'd be cool. So yeah, my plan is to go with this team for the first match. If it's a close game or if I win, then I'll just stick with this team for the second game. If I just get dummied and like he really has my number and knows how to take down the squad, then I'm gonna have to pick something else, and maybe I'll just try to counter what he has. He or she. I think it's a he. I think DrJunky's a he, but I'm not sure. So the other decision is whether to do the 30-second or 60-second timer. And I'd like to do the 60 seconds because it gives more time to do some commentary and also to make the decisions. But I really, really love the 30-second timer when it's just kind of like a regular match because it allows the games to finish up really, really quickly. I don't know, games usually last like 20 minutes or so, sometimes even less, which is really good for a multiplayer game. Like it's kind of enough time that you wouldn't necessarily just jump into another one right after, but you definitely could. Like you could get 3 games out in an hour. Best of 3 in an hour, which is awesome. But it's not so short that I don't know, some of those games that are like 5-10 minutes long, then you just kind of lose track of time. You just play and play and play. Yeah, I haven't really found another game as good as this one for the 1 versus 1 turn-based multiplayer. I mean, the main thing for me is like the combat system and how it works, but then you have all of the other stuff that makes it amazing. Like, when are you gonna find a game, 1v1 multiplayer game that has artwork and music like this? I know I don't have the music on right now, but maybe for the finals I'll throw on some of the soundtracks to the Banner Saga Trilogy games. And I also started another playthrough of the trilogy, and I actually recorded the first video. I haven't posted it on YouTube yet, but I will at some point. Now, I don't know who would want to watch that rather than just play the game. And like, if you don't have the game, I wouldn't recommend watching it because then there's going to be huge spoilers. But I just thought I'm going to do a playthrough anyway, so why not try to record it? It also kind of makes it more entertaining to play when I have to like read out all of the lines of the characters. You get to, I don't know, sometimes when I read, at least, I just glaze over a lot of stuff. And but when you're forced to read out every single word, then there's a lot of meatiness to the dialogue that I wouldn't have gotten otherwise. Okay. So I think DrJunky is from Europe, maybe. So we're off a lot on the time zones. I think it's, what time is it here? 11. And I think he's 6 hours advanced, so he's at 5. So I hope we can play, but it's kind of awkward to play at his dinner time, maybe. We'll see. Oh, someone's playing power level 1. One other cool thing, I'm like noticing new things every day, is that, and I don't think I ever noticed this text for the Raiders. It's like some cool fluff in here. When dredge first arose and swarmed across the land like a black-armored plague, it soon became known that the sound of beating wooden shields in the distance either meant salvation or an early death, depending on which side of the line you stood. That's cool. Overrun with dredge, and all of a sudden you hear ka 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 banging against shields. So there are also these tournaments here that unfortunately usually like people join up and then can't play because you have to find games against those same people, and because of the way time zones work and all that. I usually just see like someone win. I don't know how it works. If you join the tournament first, then you just get first place. But they were a lot of fun back in the day. But I definitely prefer the sort of community organized, just free, open tournament that we're doing now. It feels a lot better than just the other type of tournament, because the way it worked here is like maybe someone was way in the lead and had like 7 wins or something like that. But if you never played, like it could happen that you never got the chance to play them and you just played all the other people in the tournament. And so then you could never get them to have a loss, and then it just became like a question of who could play the most games. But yeah, I never got the chance to get my name on the champions list. But I did play in a handful of tournaments back in the old days. I've played against certainly a few of these players. Most of them, I think, dummied me. So it'd be cool to get some of the old veterans back in playing factions, for sure. I'm not sure whether I want to cut this video off and have it as an intro, because it is getting pretty long. So yeah, one thing about the tournaments is you can get, like, it is a good way to get renown, because as long as you get 3rd place, you don't lose renown. That's the thing, though. You have to find someone in the tournament to fight to be able to beat, and then beat them. Otherwise, you could end up 4th, because it looks like in the tournament now there's 4 people. But yeah, if you got 1st, you put down 20 renown to join, and then you could get 200 renown. So 180 renown just for potentially winning 1 match. Seems good. Like, that's enough to promote one guy, I think, from guy or girl from level 2 to level 3. What else can I do while we wait? Yeah, I'm brand new, I'm sure you guys can tell, to recording videos, so I don't want to spend any time cutting any time out and stuff like that, so I apologize if it's just a waste of time to listen to me ramble here while we wait, but that's the way it is. Maybe one day, if I can learn how to do that stuff quickly, and I can make better videos. So yeah, with the backbiters, I did consider just doing something like this That's a level 2, so a level 1 would be like that. Just because now, like, I don't know, when I was playing against Spicy Korean, the second game, he adapted and put his Thrasher up to 3 exertion, and then he put his Thrasher right guarding, I think, his Bowmaster. Which basically meant that my Backbiter was like stuck as far back as possible because I didn't even want to risk him getting bloody flailed by the Thrasher, right? And so, yeah, if I encounter that, then I might have to, if I still want to use the Backbiter, I might have to adapt and do this sort of setup. But I do really like the 2 exertion on the Backbiter because the whole thing is just get them in and get 1 run through on an archer, and it helps so much. Or I might just move away from Backbiters for my next team. Like, one thing that I've seen that is super effective is Raid Masters. I forget who I played against. There's a number of people, I think, who use them extremely well. Where, like, I'd never seen this before. Maybe this was part of the old meta. Oh. Cool. Are you ready? Ah, I'm getting pumped. Let's do this. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna do 60 turn timer quick match, power level 7 for the semifinals against DrJunky. All right, so he does have the 2 raid masters. All right, okay. I'm quite worried about this. Like, this looks like a good setup here. I do really get worried about those shield masters, that because that shield master will just absolutely obliterate my Backbiter. And he also has the raid masters, which I don't know. Maybe you'll get to see firsthand how effective they can be. So I'm glad that I did stick with the team, because I do have the Provoker to try to deal with the Raid Masters, but there are 2 of them. Good luck and have fun. Alright. How do we want to set up here? We want this guy kind of in the back to protect our archers. So I invited. What does that mean? I think DrJunky goes first. So I'm going to have to play pretty far back. I think that's fine. Yeah. Alright, so he has his guys really far back. I wish I put my Provoker out further, because now he can come in just like I remember my game with Eagle Eye, I think, on this very map where he was able to get his Raid Master right up and block up the center, and I couldn't get in range with my Provoker. Okay, so I am gonna turn these on. I do apologize for not doing that in the previous games. But I guess I'm not used to playing with them on. This could save me time, I don't know. So his Raid Masters, I'll have to take a look later. I don't know if it's worth it for me to move her up further. I think it's the beginning of the game. I'm just going to play passively. And I'm going to just throw a random arrow here. Because... Oh. No problem. Sure. So DrJunky said, sorry, can we restart? I misclicked on the ready button. No problem, sure. Let's try this again. All right, same squad. I don't know why. Maybe he wasn't just quite ready set up. Maybe he's eating at the same time, something like that. Or maybe he had one of his guys not the way that he wanted from a previous match. Okay, so this... he had his raid masters up first. This match is the one... This map is the one with the really short rush distances. So I actually think I want my provoker up first. Or up near the middle so I could potentially taunt. I don't think I want him up that far because then the raid masters could just run up. Maybe I'll do this. Have my backbiter way out on this flank. Where do I want this girl? Alright, let's just check his guys. So 3 break, 1 exertion. 3 break, 1 exertion. Yeah. Okay, so I can actually taunt him now. And I think I'm going to do that. No, he could Sky Strike. Alright. Haha, you know, that could have been bad. It could have been real bad. I don't want to put it here because if he doesn't Sky Strike, yeah, I'll just go here. Oh, I screwed up. Ah, okay. I assume that he's going to come and protect his raid master from getting provoked. Oh no, I can actually provoke him. The problem is, I don't want to do that. I burn all my willpower, and then his archers can just sit back. I can't, yeah. So I'm going to stay here, because then he has to use at least 1 willpower to get to me with his raid master. But I still can get my archer back here to protect her. Alright. Don't know what to do with her. I could just put some fire down. And then she's in a position to do like a break next turn. Alright, we haven't checked out his loadout on the other guys. Okay, so I need to be afraid of her because she has 3 exertion. She only has 7, but yeah, she could still, with that, just come over and do that damage. So I need to watch out for the arrow anywhere back here. And I need to not forget about the arrow. I think the backbiter is going to have to deal with this guy, unfortunately. No, you know what? No. I don't want to block up him, so I'll just put her back here. That is one option. But then, okay, who's his level 2, by the way? Oh, he did go with the level 2 siege archer. So I don't really want to move this guy in line with his archers, because then he'll have a really easy time. Even like anywhere, he could move them all the way up to there. I don't want to give him any easy shots off, for sure. Just gonna come back here. Can move him here, or he could move him here. I think we move him here just to keep this lane open to get so no one gets stuck. Alright, so Raid Master, what are you gonna do? So he could come up, block up the field, and just stonewall again, and try to get back into my archer. Or he could come forward and do a big break. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can provoke this guy, which is good. I just want to get her completely out of range and just do a random rain of arrows. Like maybe if I could even... I need to get her away from her. Maybe if I can just slow down this guy here. Don't want to get her too far away. But because he's already starting to engage here, so if I can keep this guy back a bit, that might turn out well. So the issue is, I wish I could have moved my provoker back here to give his archers some more trouble. But now his archers are just going to be able to really pummel my provoker. But I think we need to start fighting now. I can, yeah, I can bring my Thrasher in to give my provoker some extra armor, just 1 extra armor. Might come in handy. This is going to be a bloody battle either way, I do believe. So I can get in. I think that's what I'm going to do. Is break him down. And then come in with my backbiter. It's just shaping up to be a really interesting match. I don't know, maybe you guys are like, this is boring. But... oh, I didn't consider that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could be anywhere here. I think I have to take a risk and go for it. And it paid off. Unfortunate thing is he's down to 1 willpower, so I might want to consider trying to kill one of his guys off to get that willpower so he can still continue to do his run-throughs. So I'm guessing the arrow was here, because then my backbiter would have only had to use 1 willpower. So that's the nice thing about these War Masters, they can still really hurt people. So I'm just gonna move him in here. So he's gonna get extremely scary. I don't know how I'm gonna deal with him. And I don't. Maybe it's time to just move him up. 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think there's a rain of arrows here. Just move him up. Just become a threat. So now he can't just burn down my provoker. I think I'm just gonna come back here and do something right here, right? I don't think he can get to me now. Alright, so he's going in for the break. His archers are gonna start pumping this guy. So that's good. So I took a bit of... Alright. Oh, I don't know. Fortunately, my archer's not in range. And he's going to come in and do some serious work for sure. And since I put my arrow there, I can't really provoke him. I think I'm just going to have to provoke this guy again. Ah, we got a match here. Not even that, we have a game even. Alright. Well, I could do a 90% shot on her. If I miss, that could like completely lose me the game. So I'm not going to do that. He's still got some heft to him for sure. But this Sky Striker, if I can maim her, that's good. So this is looking really good for him in that he was able to maim that guy. I'm going to do the run through to get 2 more armor break on for sure. Just which one to do. She's already broken, so I think I'm going to take the chance. Good, I got the hit. I think that's a... I don't think that last hit on the backbiter is guaranteed, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Yep, he goes in here. Okay. So now I'm just going to get him down a bit, so that even if my provoker loses some armor, then he can't do any damage. He still has a lot of threats, but so do I. Now, one thing to consider, Yeah, this is looking bad. Okay. I think I should break here. Or I could just completely maim him. I mean, yeah, it is a very tough call. For sure. Yeah, I'm gonna do the hit on him. Get 1 and 1. I think that was the right call. Alright. So now is when I need to start dealing with him. He could become a monster. Oh, we got a good game here. Unfortunately, you know what? He only has 1 willpower left. Sure. I mean, he's going to break her probably. She still gets to go before him. Although, and she has no willpower. She could come up and do... Yeah, no. I think this is looking alright. Alright. Unfortunately, I think I have to let this guy go. And keep this Shield Master maimed, taunted. Oh man, this is a bloody match. Like, I'm starting to get some mental fatigue here. It sounds kind of lame, but it's true. Okay, so he has a willpower in the bank now. Okay, so... Ooh, that's a tough decision. I'm going to keep the willpower. It'll just make her a little bit more annoying if he decides to maim her. I really like that I maimed her, but she still has 3 willpower. She can still be extremely disruptive. I can't underestimate her her rain of arrows for sure. Is she gonna break him? Okay, interesting. I guess that makes sense if he can get through here. I'm just gonna stay here because I'm giving the armor anyway. No, I don't need to spend a willpower. I think this is looking quite good. I'm liking this right now, but we'll see. I mean, he's kind of still scary to an archer. It might be worth it to just back him up, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She could still hit him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or do I want him to go down? I'm gonna back him up. That gives him another armor with the Raid Master too. And yeah. Now he's still a big threat, I would say, to an archer. This guy's still my biggest threat. Unfortunately, she's out of willpower. But I can do 2 a turn to him. Which isn't that bad. Now, he's a liability. I need to start killing some people off, I think. Who would be best to kill off? He's going to be out of willpower. He only has 1 break. So I think I'm going to leave him around. I think he'd be the best one to kill off, and then maybe the Sky Striker. I feel good about this, but I know it could turn on its head. I can afford to kill 1 and still keep the turn order. Okay, I really want to kill this Sky Striker now because she could potentially take him out. I'm not going to do the math, but Um, yeah. So, oh, this guy's still a huge threat. What am I thinking? But he's out of willpower. He's way up the field. I think this is the perfect time. Is it? Can I hit her? No, 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 no. This is one of those turning points. I don't think I can take her out with my ability. So I think I'm just going to do 2 break, leave her with a willpower. And if she wants to kill her, then I can get an advantage on turn order. Alright, this is getting scary now. Yes, I think I'm just going to kill this guy. Now, do I get to go? Yes, I get to go before him as long as I don't kill. As long as I don't do something stupid. Excellent. Okay. I think I get as far forward as possible, maybe. So that he's really annoying to these archers. And then, yep. And then I can shoot him down, but then I think I can kill him. So that's 8, so that's 5. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can take him out. So this guy's scary, but I think my my Thrasher will be able to deal with him, no problem. So I think either way I'm going to stick with this same team. So I think I have it now. Let's just hope my computer doesn't die. So at this point, it's probably best for me to kill off both of these and go into pillage mode. I definitely just... he's going to be able to get the armor break off, unfortunately. Like I don't want to underestimate... yeah, I don't want to underestimate things here. Because if he can take out my Thrasher somehow, it's definitely not over. Yeah. Because he can get a big break off and then hit with his Sky Striker before. So, I mean, yeah. But I think I have it. As long as I don't do something stupid. Oh yeah. Kind of forgot about this whole thing with Raid Masters at the end of the game. Is that they can do really cool stuff like this. DrJunky definitely isn't going down easy. This was a bloodbath of a game. I'm really happy about this game. I'm pretty nervous for the second one. Okay. I think I'm gonna regain a willpower. Just need... okay, yeah. I don't want to get too cocky here. I'd like to take out this Sky Striker and go into pillage mode, but I don't think that is wise. I just need... yeah. Lots of interesting decisions in this match for sure. Okay. So now I'm not sure how this works, but I'm just going to take this drink shot. Yeah. Yeah, I got it. As long as my factions doesn't crash. And he goes for the stone wall. Like, I could actually take him out here. Because the stone wall only blocks 3. So, yeah, the two teams that we've selected pair up really interestingly. I don't think it's like a advantage for either side. Because, like, my Thrasher, great late game against archers, but if things go differently and he gets his shield master to stick around late game, then yeah, Thrasher's not going to be so good about that. Whew. All right, I think we're going to take a break here before we go into the next game. Awesome.